Lens Distortions Preview. Lens Distortions Preview.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you, wherever you may be watching me from tonight. I would like to apologize for the little bit of delay. I had some things going on in the back end, so I needed to, yeah, take a little, space before coming on tonight. But at least I made it. Welcome to June. Happy New Month. If you're watching me on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, I want to say welcome to Chat with Themmy. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you did have an amazing day, if I should say it that way. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, as always, something very interesting. And life is all about choices. I am of the opinion that the only thing we have control over in this life is the choices we make. After that, whatever happens, happens. We can control whatever happens after the choices we make. All right? So, I believe that the only thing we have control over in this life are the choices we make. So, tonight that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. I hope it inspires someone. I hope it inspires you, whether you're joining from LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook. I hope it inspires you. I hope it helps, it gives you some insights on how to steer your life in the right direction. Okay? If you're new here, my name is Delma Titi Ahamba. I am the host of Chat with Themmy. Chat with Themmy is a platform to inspire, educate, and empower you, irrespective of the topic. Here we use real life scenarios and share insights and give tips or strategies on how you can navigate business, faith, life, professional development, academic development, and stuff. So the good news is, 3 days ago, I've been thinking about, okay, what happens after May. So 3 days ago, I kind of like went public about, I'm gonna do a guest feature. So I would like to, you know, invite people to speak on Chat with Timmy to share their own back end stories and their life lessons as well. I am happy to let you all know that within 3 days we got 17 signups for the guest feature from across Africa, America. I haven't gotten Europe yet, so just basically Africa and America for so far. And I am super excited to be connecting with amazing people. Like, I just cannot wait for you guys to get to meet these people. And it's so inspiring just learning from other people, learning about other people, and how much value they're putting out into the world. Guys, like, I cannot wait for you guys to get to meet them. They are amazing. Chat determining is all about impact. It's all about, putting some positivity into the world. So you definitely know I'm bringing you some top-notch people that you're going to learn from, okay? And gradually, we're going to be getting set up on YouTube and getting set up on our podcast platform where you can have all these amazing content in one place that you can just navigate. All right. So tonight I'm going to talk about choices and how life is full of choices. Uh, as always, I came across this content on social media. Okay. And maybe you may have come across it too. This is starting a business. Say, for instance, you want to start a business and it's going to cost you $999 to start a business, whatever it is, whether it's a physical business, a digital business, whatever it is. Say, for instance, it's gonna cost you $999. That's a dollar away from $1,000. Okay. Uh First thing that pops in your head, well, that money is too much. But guess what? You want to buy a new iPhone, and approximately if it costs you the same amount, you're not even gonna think twice about it. All right. If your iPhone is going to cost you $999, I mean, you want to upgrade, you're gonna upgrade. You're not gonna think about that too much, okay? And then they said buying healthy groceries or buying healthy food stuff probably it's gonna cost you $100 to go to the market and get some healthy food stuff like your greens, like your vegetables, and your fruits that have different sets of vitamins in it to help you build your body well. You're like, well, $100 is just too much, but perhaps you could go for dinner at a very cool restaurant or maybe your favorite restaurant and stuff, and then dinner and dessert could probably cost you $100. Well, it's not too much. It's no problem. I don't go out often, so I want to spoil myself today. But versus you buying healthy groceries was just a bit too much because the economy is not good, and then you start to blame the economy. And then I love this one. This one really went down well with me. I pinched my toes, right? But it did went down well with me, and I think that was why I decided to talk about this. Learning a new skill. Say you came across you want to do cybersecurity, you want to do digital marketing, you want to do product management, you want to do project management. You come across an online course, and it's gonna take you 2 hours, okay? 2 whole hours to get through that course to be able to get your your certificate at the end of the course. You're like, wow, I'm gonna sit 2 whole hours and just be on a laptop or, just doing this course. That's too much time. I don't have time, I gotta work, I gotta take care of the kids. But guess what? When you watch a 2 hour series on Netflix, you're always longing for the next episode. All right. So then the post went by saying, life is about choices. Stop blaming the lack of opportunity. And I'll add, stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming the fact that you don't have time because whatever that's important to you, whatever that's of priority to you, you're going to make time for that. Okay. You have 24 hours, and so do everyone else, or so does everybody have 24 hours. Okay. So you have enough time. You have enough time as everybody else. You have brains like everybody else. So, what can you do to make your life better with that 24 hours? What can you do with that 24 hours to make your life a little better? Okay? And in life you'll be faced with series of choices. Like I said earlier, the only thing you can control before that decision is made, you have the power of a yes or no. You have the power of an execute or don't execute. You have a power of to go or not to go. Okay? But once that decision is made, whether you did go or not go, whether yes or no, whether acceptance or rejection, once that decision is made, whatever comes after that decision or as a result of that decision, you can go to the mountain and pray. It will not change. There's a reason God made us free moral agents to be able to choose. All right? There's a reason He did that. God don't want you to lock up and say, well, I have to do this because God want me to do this. Like, there are rules. Like every country under this sun, there are rules. You have the choice to break it or obey it. That's just life. All right? So there are rules. But you have the choice to break it or obey. Nobody's going to say, before you commit that act, nobody's going to say, blah, 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 blah. No, 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 no. You have a choice. The rules: don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. You choose. You want to drink and drive? You want to text and drive? Whatever happens as a result of that decision of you drinking and driving or you texting and driving, it's on you because you had a choice to choose between drinking and driving or texting and driving or paying attention and driving or arguing and driving, having like very heated argument and driving. Like, it's your choice. All right? That's the only thing you can control. Whatever happens after that, it's out of your control. It's gonna play. It's just gonna play. It's just gonna unfold as a result of the choice you made. All right? So let me quickly get into my notes. The idea that life is about choices, it underscores the importance of personal agency and the power that we hold to determine the course of our lives. I don't care what your belief system is. You are in more control of your life than anybody. You're in more control of your life than anybody simply because you have the power to choose. You have the power to choose right or wrong. You have the power to say yes or no. You have the power to succumb to pressure. You have the power to withstand pressure. It's in you. All right? It's in you. You have that power. Thank you so much, Kwabena, for your support. You have the power to choose. Okay? So sometimes I tell some young people like I really don't fancy us saying, oh, peer pressure, peer pressure. Because at the end of the day, your giving in or your resistance is up to you. Unless you are assaulted to do something against your will, the choice is always yours. Okay? So the fundamental concept that you have the right to choose or you have the only thing you can control, irrespective of how uncertain or how unpredictable life is, choices are the one constant that we have complete control over. I know nobody knows tomorrow, but the choices you make now, the choices you make today, can send you forward or backward into your tomorrow that you do not know about. So, say for instance, you want to go, let's say you want to go the right direction, but then the choices you're making, it's just gonna, it's just gonna unfold and lead you into the left or into the opposite direction of the right side. Whose fault is that? It's you. Because that's the only thing you can control in life. You control who you want to work with. You control the company you want to work for. You control the department you want to be in. You control your path, your profession. You control deciding who to spend the rest of your life with. You control where you want to stay. You control the food you want to eat, irrespective of how unpredictable life is. That's the only thing you have under your control, your choice. And that should tell you how powerful you are, irrespective of where you find yourself, your geographical location, or whatever country you're from. You have the right to choose. Okay? That's the only thing. We will never be able to control external circumstances. That's not within our control. But we have the power to decide on how we want to respond to those things that we don't have control over. Great, I agree. I cannot control, how someone thinks about me. I cannot control how someone treats me. But I can control how much of the ill treatment I get by the way I respond. And sometimes if I keep indulging the person, they will just continue to hurt my feelings. It goes for work environment, it goes for friendship, it goes for family relationship, it goes for just about anything. Okay? How much is too much that you're going to decide to take or not to take? The choice is yours. The ball is in your court. Librarians would say your luck is under your feet. And I think there's this famous saying that say, if you do not like where you are, move. You're not a tree. I mean, I know God symbolizes us in the Bible as a tree planted by the river banks, right? But physically, we're not trees. We can move. So if things are not going how you like it to go, if things are not unfolding, you have the choice to move. Move. You have the choice to make new choices. Make them. You have the choice to not do certain things that got you in a certain position. Decide. But life is about choices. Where you spend your time, how you spend your time, how much investment you put into your family, how what kind of relationship you want to have with your kids. It's your choice. Okay? It's your choice. You get to choose. You get to choose what you want to do. The decisions you make will influence your experience, it will influence your relationships and your overall direction in life. Like I said, you desire to go the right hand side, but the choices you're making is likely going to lead you in the opposite direction. You have designed the entire trajectory of your life by the choices you're making. If you want to get to a certain level in life, okay, what are some of the decisions you're supposed to make? Who are the people you should be investing your time in? If you want to steer your business in a certain direction, what are some of the strategies you should be planning on executing? What are some of the environments or the communities you should be able to find yourself in to help you to, give you that complete support to get your business in that direction? Who should you be investing your time and your energy and your efforts in? Who? It's your choice. Okay? You are that powerful. You have the power to choose. I remember one time ago, I think it was last election, not the current election in my country, but the previous election. I was telling a young person that if we all citizens can come to the realization that we are the most powerful people in the country and the choices we make is going to decide the rest of the years that follow whatever choice we make in terms of political season, if we can just get to that realization, we will make better decisions. We will make informed decisions rather than being, uh, 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 um, paying attention to things that are not really that doesn't really matter. Okay, so someone does good for you in a period of time, and then you're like, oh, this is the right person. I mean, I like to talk about politics, but then it's just life is full of choices. The person you choose to spend the rest of your life with is going to impact the rest of your life. The person you choose to spend the rest of your life is going to impact your children's life. It's going to impact your professional life. It's going to impact your academic life. It's going to impact your social life. Just that one choice of, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Oh, wow. You want to spend the rest of your life with me. Do you know I'm going to impact your social life? Do you know I'm going to impact your professional life? Do you know I'm going to impact the life of your children? Next time you want to tell someone, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, think about that. Do you know you have to sit with that person, childhood trauma, whether they have healed or they haven't healed? Today I was chatting with, I was just getting acquainted with one of my guests, and he said something to me. We're having a conversation, and he mentioned something called spiritual bypassing. Okay, and that gave me like a light bulb kind of moment. Like, okay, tell me more. I want to understand this. And then it's like you going through life and forgetting you're human. You know, maybe you've lost a loved one, and then instead of you giving yourself grace to feel the loss, to express your emotions that was triggered because of that loss, You're like, well, all things works together for good to them that love God, or the Lord give the Lord takes. Yes, I believe that. But it should not stop you from feeling your emotions. It should not stop you from expressing your emotions. You want to take the pillow, put your face in it, and shout, shout. You want to go take a walk, you want to scream, you want to, be in a quiet space and cry your heart out. Do that. But give yourself the opportunity to feel your emotions. Because the thing is, most of the time, what I've come across is quite often, if we do not heal, we're making the decision not to heal. Okay? When we're wounded, whether emotionally or physically, we should give ourselves the opportunity to go through that phase of seeing the fresh wound, embracing the fresh wound, not pampering the fresh wound for it to get infested, but dealing with it to cleanse it and impact the healing process of that. Because whatever choice we make concerning that one now, presently, is going to impact the rest of our lives. If we do not attend to that, it may look like it's okay. But before you know, it starts to get infested, and there's pulse, and there's different things. And you cannot go to a doctor and they just say, oh, okay, let me just get something to do this. They have to clean it. In fact, they'll ask you, what happened? Was it accident? Did you fall? Different things. They want to get to the root of it. So sometimes that difficult and uncomfortable conversation you're dodging, I hate to break it to you, but it's going to impact you so badly most of the times. It's going to affect your mental health. It's going to affect your physical health. It's going to affect everything about you until you handle that thing. But again, life is about choices. If you decide to handle your tough issues now, it's going to impact your journey for tomorrow. If you decide to leave that, it's going to impact your journey for tomorrow. If you decide to start a business now, it's going to impact you for the rest of your life. If you decide not to start a business now, it's going to impact you for the rest of your life. All right? Whether you make a good or bad choice, you will either enjoy the benefits of it or you will suffer the consequences of it. That's the natural law of cause and effect. Every choice we make carries a potential outcome, both positive and negative. Okay? Good choices, we tend to enjoy the benefits of it. Happiness, growth, success. Consequently, poor choices could lead to failure, regret, suffering. And the moment we acknowledge that, the moment we recognize that, you know, it empowers us to make a more conscious decision with what we want to do with our lives. Because before you say yes or no, you want to tell yourself, can I live with this in the next 3 years, in the next 3 months? Can I live with it the next day? Can I live with it the next minute? All right? That's what you want to be sure about. Can you live with it the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year? Can you live with that? Can you live with the consequences of your choice? Can you live with the benefits of your choice? All right? Because the thing is, when we are very thoughtful and deliberate about the choices we make or the decisions we make, we're considering the well-being of our future. Because the well-being of our future is tied to the choices we make today. Where you want to be tomorrow, in as much as you don't know tomorrow, only God knows tomorrow. The choices you make today could, could impact your direction on where you're headed tomorrow. All right? It can impact your direction on where you're headed. So you want to, before you give in to that pressure, before you listen to society and allow society to depict your life, I don't even think society have definition for anything anymore. I really don't. It all boils down to whatever means to you. What does quality relationship mean to you? What does fashion mean to you? What does moral mean to you? Because right now, there's no standard definition anymore. Everybody just happy go lucky, do as they please. What is right to you? What is wrong to you? It's about choices. And the thing is, one time I was watching Steve Harvey video, and then I remember him saying, what may be good for you may not be right for you, or something like that. I think that's how he phrased it. The fact that this looks good doesn't mean it's right. Okay? Oh, see this lady, she looks so, she looks so attractive. Is she right for you? Is that guy right for you? Is that partner you want to work with right for you? The fact that you, I don't know, the things you want to do now, how is it going to benefit you tomorrow morning? Ask yourself. The choice you want to make this very instance, how is it going to benefit you tomorrow morning? What impact is it going to have on your overall life by tomorrow? I'm not going to say in 5 years or in 6 months. No. By tomorrow morning, your yes or no right now, how is it going to impact your tomorrow morning when you wake up from bed? That choice you made when you were, relaxed and you were trying to, should I say yes? Should I say no? I mean, everything has consequences. Should I go? That choice you want to make right now, how is it going to impact you tomorrow morning? Ask yourself that before you decide. Okay? Now let me move into the next point, accountability and blames. Sometimes we make choices in life, and then when things backfire, we tend to blame everything else, everything around us but ourselves. Oh, you made me, I didn't do that. Oh, you made me, I made enemy with this person who could eventually help me in my future. Oh, you made me, I left that relationship. Oh, you made me, I didn't go to college. Oh, you made me, I did this. Oh, you made. What part did you play in that decision making process? What part did you play? Have you asked yourself that? What part did I play in that decision making process? Other than someone making you do something? Or your mom forced you to marry that guy because he's rich? Or you did it because you wanted to get your family out of poverty? You did it because, you were just trying to get by? Or you made this choice because what part did you get to play in that? And how did that benefit you the next day? Not the next 5 years, because whether you like it or not, the next 5 years is gonna come. Okay? Unless God calls you home, the next 5 years is still gonna come. The next 3 years is gonna come. The next 10, 20 years is gonna come. Unless God calls you home. So the choices you're making now, that crossroad that you are now, should I say yes? Should I say no? Should I wait? Whatever your decision is right now is going to impact you tomorrow morning when you wake up from bed. Maybe someone send you an email and say, "Yo, can we catch up sometime soon?" You'd be like, "Yeah, I'm open." And then only for you to wake up in the morning and realize that, "Oh no, I have a meeting with the vice president, or I have a meeting with XYZ person." Before you make that immediate decision, how is it going to impact you the next minute? How? Life is about choices. Depending on the choice we make, we could enjoy the benefits of it, or we could suffer the consequences of it. All right? Every time things go wrong, it's very natural. It's a common human tendency to deflect responsibility and place the blame on external factors and say, "Oh, it's not me, it's XYZ, or it's because this happened or that happened." Once the outcome was negative. Have you ever been successful in something and then you say, "Oh, it wasn't by my effort, it was by my grandma, or it was by my mom, or it was by my partner, or it was by my kid, or it was by my colleague"? No. Once the outcome is positive, it's for me, it's for me, it's for me. Once the outcome is negative, "Oh, well, it's not so much of me. I didn't have control over that. You made me do it. You said XYZ. You did not give me full closure to help me make a decision." Oh, when you made it, when the positive outcome came, you had full closure? The same way we want to celebrate ourselves, the same way we want to celebrate ourselves when we receive positive outcomes, it should be the same way we should be willing to hold ourselves accountable when the outcome doesn't go our way. Okay? We blame circumstances around us, we blame people, we blame bad luck, rather than acknowledging our own role we play in that situation. And once you do that, you don't give yourself the opportunity to learn from your mistakes anymore because you've pushed the blame on someone else. You want to be mindful about the decisions you make. You want to be able to learn from your mistake. You want to be able to take responsibility for your actions. Okay? At the same time, as you're taking responsibility for your actions, you want to be able to adapt to circumstances and go through the process. All right? So I've gone over my time limit and I am going to say, have a good night, have a good day, have a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you so much for spending your quality time with me. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. And again, I must remind you that our Chat with Themmy guest feature is activated, and I've got some pretty amazing people signing up for Chat with Themmy. So I get to chat with them and we get to learn from their life experiences. And I am just hyped up and excited because some of these people are amazing. I'm still meeting them bit by bit, but they are amazing. Okay, just encountering them, talking with them behind the scenes, and I think that's what my joy is because I get to experience them firsthand before they can come to my community. All right, because I have to bring in nothing but the best. Okay, so thanks for joining me tonight on Chat with Timmy. I love you. Have a wonderful day, week, weekend. Enjoy it. Bye bye.